Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some more shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin because, as you guys know, Bitcoin has been trading sideways for the last 3 to 4 weeks under the level of resistance that we have failed to get above of $10,000. We've broken bearish out of now not one, but in fact two triangle consolidation patterns. We've broken two uptrending levels of support, and as far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin is now entering a new downtrend. We've seen a rounded top forming on our favorite cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like Bitcoin is going to manage to hold many of the levels of support that we were hoping it would hold. We did talk about how Bitcoin was likely going to break bearish yesterday, and so far it has, trading at $8,800. In today's video, we're going to be discussing where Bitcoin is headed and where Bitcoin is hopefully going to bounce. Guys, by the end of this video, you're going to have a much better understanding of where Bitcoin is and where Bitcoin is headed, so I do encourage you to continue watching this video. Before we dive on into it, I do just first want to mention one thing, and that would be the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, as you know, CT2A is on sale through the end of the month of May. Using the May 2020 coupon code, you can get $40 off at checkout and get access to the Academy that has 35 videos and over 10 hours of high-quality, well-edited, well-structured, well-put-together content is going to teach you everything you need to know about trading cryptocurrencies and profiting in this market. And at the end of the day, isn't that the entire point? I'd say so. But nevertheless, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Rocking the Mermaid at Heart mug. Don't at me in the comments section. I can be whatever I want to be. It's the 21st century. That rhymed. Heck yeah. The last 3 months have been a strange time in every market. The crypto markets, the forex markets, the stock markets, the commodities markets, the precious metal markets, the commodities markets, I said that, the real estate markets, the freaking baseball trading card markets, guys. The entire world has been turned on its head. And because of that, there are so many forces going into the markets that we are analyzing on this channel and all of the other markets that make up the global economy that it can be kind of difficult to predict things. Funnily enough, however, most of the calls we made on Bitcoin in the last 2 or 3 weeks have been correct. One of those was the call we made yesterday that Bitcoin was going to break bearish below the uptrending level of support on Bitcoin. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not sitting here tooting my own horn. This was a pretty obvious move, and pretty much any analyst would have seen it coming. Bitcoin had pretty much no bounce here and fell straight through that uptrending level of support down to a current bottom of $8,700. But where do we go from here? $8,700 is kind of a random number. It doesn't really have any significance on the VPVR as far as I'm aware. It's not a moving average. It's not an uptrend. So where exactly is Bitcoin going to bottom out, or did we just do it? Well, if we look down on the hourly chart, you're going to find something interesting. And that something interesting is that this upwards trading right here is essentially a bear flag. As you can see right there, Bitcoin traded into it and then broke bearish out of it. It was a very expected movement. As you can see, the move moving into this bear flag is pretty similar to the move coming out of the bear flag in size and scale. What that means is that Bitcoin has more or less completed the bear flag movement that was going to cause it to break bearish below the uptrending level of support. Hope that made sense. What that also means is that we can expect reasonably for Bitcoin to trade sideways for at least a day here, as we've technically speaking completed the move that we were supposed to see play out and that we talked about yesterday. But that doesn't mean that the bearishness is over. It just means that the current bearish force, that bear flag, is no longer in play. As I said earlier, guys, there's not much of a technical reason that we should bounce at $8,700. It is a fact that that was a rough level of support back here in early May and a rough level of trading here in mid-May. But honestly, $8,700, $8,650, it's just a strange number, and I wouldn't expect Bitcoin to have a major market reversal there. What I'm more expecting is for Bitcoin to head down to the 200 daily moving average, as we can see right here. And in fact, I'm going to show you why this is a good thing. I think Bitcoin is going to trend down here to this 200 moving average, and from there, I'm hoping that we're going to break it. It's a little early to tell, but I think we're going to actually bounce. I said break. I think we're going to bounce, excuse me. The reason I think that is by the time we get to the 200 DSMA, the RSI is going to be getting into oversold territory. MACD is going to be reset to the 0 level. Longs are going to be at a local low. And of course, guys, just to like throw icing on top of the cake, that is actually the VPVR maximum on the last year of visible price action. $8,000 is a very, very secure level of support. All of that, by the way, not to even include the fact that the 200 DSMA is an extremely powerful moving average. In fact, I would argue that it's the second most important moving average on the entire chart, behind only the 20 daily EMA, which, by the way, we did just break bearish below. And if you know anything about the 20D EMA, we talked about in CT2A in that video over there, it is, in my opinion, the most important moving average in Bitcoin chart analysis. And as you can see, we have broken the 20D EMA. What that traditionally means is that Bitcoin is about to enter a new downtrend. Now, I hear you in the comment section. I hear you saying, but Jeb, what if you redefine this uptrending level of support? Then Bitcoin hasn't technically broken below it. I would actually say that yes, you're right. We could redraw that uptrending level of support. The problem is, for Bitcoin to get down to that uptrending level of support, Bitcoin had to break the 20D EMA. And that is not exactly a very bullish thing, especially if Bitcoin doesn't get back up above it in the next few days. So here are the two scenarios that we're working with. Either Bitcoin bounces off of this redrawn uptrending level of support, or Bitcoin breaks it and it comes down to the 200D SMA. I am personally weighing in with the latter. I think Bitcoin's going to break this uptrending level of support and come down to the 200 DMA. And I'm actually here to argue that that's a good thing. And the reason is that when Bitcoin is above the 200 DSMA and when there's been a golden cross on Bitcoin, that is very normally the start of a bull market. And by the way, guys, I hear you saying in the comment section, but what about the previous golden cross, the one that just happened like back in February? Wasn't that a failed cross? It was, but check this out. How did the previous bull market start? Yeah, it started with a fake golden cross right here and then a real golden cross to follow. The 2016-17 bull market had a fake out golden cross right immediately before it. And, you know, that's what we're seeing right here. We saw a golden cross, and then we saw a fake out, and then we saw a second one right now. Markets never repeat, but they do often rhyme, and that does look like a rhyming pattern to me. So I'm actually perfectly happy for Bitcoin to pull back to the 200 DSMA and get support there. If it falls below that, then we're going to start talking in significantly more bearish terms. But for now, guys, I am pretty happy for Bitcoin to go to the 200 DMA. There's a lot of support down there, and I'm curious to hear your take on the comment section of what will happen if/when Bitcoin gets there. Do you think Bitcoin's going to bounce in a massive way and it's just going to rally straight to the moon, or do you think that Bitcoin is going to break through it and fall down to like $6,000 once again? I'm personally happy with either one because I've got a lot of Bitcoin, but I wouldn't mind getting more, so I'm okay with us going back down to 6 or 7 grand. Just remember, guys, this is what I want you to take away from these videos, is not always just technical analysis and short-term analysis. One of the things I want you to remember is that despite Bitcoin being in a 4 or 5 day downtrend, it doesn't actually matter all that much when the fundamentals of Bitcoin have grown so much. And yes, I'm aware of what's going on in Russia. Yes, I'm aware of what's going on in China. Yes, I'm aware of XYZ and the third. I know that there are bearish things going on in the fundamentals. It's never going to be as clear-cut as the fundamentals are just bullish or the fundamentals are just bearish. It's never that simple, and that's a very, very simplified way of talking about it that doesn't reflect any of the nuance. The fact of the matter is the fundamentals on Bitcoin have grown. Think for a second. Oh, great, Russia banned Bitcoin or whatever's going on over there. How big of a market was Russia in the first place? No offense to my Russian viewers, but the entire Russian economy could vanish and it wouldn't affect the rest of the global economy all that much. I'm just being honest. Russia has a smaller economy than Italy. That's what 80 years of communism will get you. I'm not concerned about Russia banning Bitcoin or China having their own digital currency. There is a large enough market in this entire world for Bitcoin to be worth 50 times what it is right now. The fundamentals on Bitcoin have grown spectacularly. A lot of you guys talking about China banning Bitcoin or Russia banning Bitcoin, you probably weren't here during 2017 when every 2 weeks China was banning Bitcoin. It was silly. I mean, like every other week we'd be reporting on that or talking about, oh, China banned Bitcoin for the 13th time this year. It doesn't matter. The fundamentals on Bitcoin have grown spectacularly, and when Bitcoin finally does have the bullish confidence to break $10,000, rally to $20,000, we're going to be off to the races, and I'm sitting here ready for it. I want to hear your take on that in the comment section down below, guys. Before we wrap up, though, guys, there is one more thing I want to talk about, and that would be the day. For all of my American viewers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't live in America, today is Memorial Day in America. I was never big on holidays when I was growing up. I loved Christmas. That was about the only one I really cared about. But to be honest with you, especially as I've grown up, Memorial Day and Veterans Day mean a whole heck of a lot to me. The fact that I'm able to get up in the morning and walk around through my hallway into my office and record every morning without having to worry about the sky falling down on me is incredible. And it's not thanks to me that did that. I'm not the one providing safety and security here in America. It is the veterans and the people on the front lines who are doing that for America and for your country too, because I realize this is an American holiday, but I think we should all be celebrating it because every single person watching this video in whatever country they are in is either being protected by a serviceman or they are a service person. I realize it's an American holiday, and I realize only about 40% of our audience is American, but for everyone watching this, I just want you to take a second and think about how incredible it is that we have the security that we do. And I realize I live in the first world, not everyone is blessed as I am, but the fact that there is a place anywhere in the world that is like that is incredible. And by the way, look, I realize not every war that we get into is one that we should have been in the first place. But that's not the fault of the people on the front lines. That's not the fault of the soldiers. Thank God for them, because if we ever do need them, they're there. During this whole pandemic that we've been going through, a lot of people have been sitting at home watching Netflix, going home with their family and hugging them and everything. A lot of people in the service, they can't do that. They can't just take off 2 months and go and be at home with their family. They can't do the kind of social distancing stuff that we're doing. They can't just sit on their butt all day and watch YouTube videos. They can't do the things that we're so blessed to do because they're the ones providing it in the first place. So as an American who is extremely proud of his country, I want to personally thank every single veteran, service person watching this video, and I want to dedicate this part of the video to the memorial, to the respect of the servicemen who have kept all of us safe. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I really do. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to mention one thing, and that'd be the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, as you know, CT2A is on sale and will be through the end of the month. If you use the May 2020 coupon code right over there, you're going to get $40 off at checkout so that you can learn everything you need to know about technical analysis. I mean, think about this. 300 years ago, how would you ever have made a living sitting in your house? I mean, nowadays, you can literally not leave your house for 3 months and you'll be okay. You can trade cryptocurrency to make your money. You can buy stuff on Amazon. You can get food through DoorDash. You literally don't need to leave your house. How crazy is that? 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago was impossible. Nowadays, it is possible. And one of the ways that you can do that is by learning an online skill such as trading cryptocurrencies. Let me tell you guys something. There's a lot more that you're going to gain from learning how to trade and work in cryptocurrency markets than just learning how to trade and work in cryptocurrency markets. You're going to increase your understanding of markets, of investing, in personal finance, in self-improvement, of economics, of politics, of so many things. There's so many science, computing, coding, programming, all of cryptography, so many things that you're going to learn through working in cryptocurrency markets as a secondary to the foundation of what you're going to need to know to work in these markets in the first place. That's one of the many reasons that I love crypto so much, is that you can learn so much in one place. The number of skills that I have picked up over the last 3 years from working in crypto markets, from public speaking to video editing to cryptography and understanding some of that, to coding, to economics, to politics, to so many things. There's so many things you're going to learn in cryptocurrency that are going to have ripple effects in your entire life. It's not just about learning how to buy Bitcoin at low and sell Bitcoin high. It is so much more than that. The opportunity at our fingertips in the 21st century is remarkable. It's insane. And I'm very happy about that. I'm very blessed for that, and I want to share that with you. The last 3 years, my life has been completely changed by cryptocurrency, and the reason we made CT2A is so that you can have the same thing happen. If you want to learn how to trade crypto, there's one great place to do it, and it's linked in the description down below. Use the May 2020 coupon code to get $40 off at checkout. We do have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and yes, guys, we do accept Bitcoin payments, so if you're interested, shoot us an email at cryptojeb@gmail.com. I'll put my email right here. By the way, if you ever ask me for my email, I can't type it in the comment section. I have banned the use of email extensions in the comment section because scammers and bots were using them. So this is my email. This is my one and only email. Don't try and use some other email. That's my email. You can also find my email on the About page of the YouTube channel. Anyway, guys, great things are going to be happening and coming to the channel here in the second half of the year, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I hope you guys are also. And before we go, I just want to remind you guys how grateful I am. We just passed 40,000 subscribers the day before yesterday. We're already close to 41,000. Whew. That's nuts. We are like the second or third fastest growing channel in the entire cryptocurrency space right now. So welcome everybody who is here. I typed in Bitcoin the other day, and literally like half of the videos were mine. Most of them were videos I uploaded 2 years ago, and I'm like, oh gosh, you guys are going to go see those videos, and they're bad. They're bad. They're not good. Anyway, guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before we go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.